of those cigars we should be probably kicked in live here. It'll probably pick up here in a second. But that's one of those cigars. Like I'm with you. I like the Shots XX more than all the other sides. But for the money, man, it's just a good cigar.
It is, man.
It's just a
And
good cigar.
this one right off the bat is very, very close, man. It's such a meaty cigar, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, I
woody,
get a
man.
lot
I
of
mean,
that savoriness qualities in it.
serving it. Yeah, man. It's like a marinade, man. You can smell it on the wrapper, man, before you fire that thing up. Pretty damn good.
All right, it's showing us live. Hold on one second. Why am I getting them?
You going YouTube live?
Yeah, I think. Do you have the volume playing?
No, I don't.
Why am I hearing some playback in this? Hold on one second. I'm hearing some playback from something. Okay, there you go. I found it. I was like, what the hell is going on? All right. We got Prudence in the building. Travis, what's going on? Janice, Adam Wolf, Latanya, Bruce, Robert, what is going on? Cowboy, I don't know if you can see the chat or not where you pulled up at, but
No, I can't see the chat.
let me see.
Let me see, kiddo. Okay.
I found the issue, y'all. It was on my part. I had too many windows open, so the volume was playing back in my headphones. That's what I was hearing. But hopefully everybody's doing good tonight, man. As y'all see, we got my main man Cowboy in the building, man.
What's going on, family? Good evening.
And I give him an early congratulations on crossing 100 subscribers, man. I know I didn't get to tell you that already, but congratulations on that. Looking forward to watching your channel grow. I know it's going to be a lot bigger than that when it's all said and done. So again, congratulations on that, man.
I'm gonna have to get that information from old Ventez for being the 100th. I'm gonna have to send him a couple of my go-tos, man.
That's Ventez local too, man. It's my guy, man.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's a Memphis cat too. Yep.
Right on.
Let's see. Doug Hall, what is going on? Stu, what is going on? Matt, Danny, what's going on, brother? I ain't talked to you in a while. Chaz, what's going on? Yeah, Janice, Rob's another good guy, man. He's one of the few channels that I actually am really in tune with all the time. And there's quite a few channels I watch, but Cowboy is a channel I watch all the time. Kind of like if you guys are like me, the laid back, more relaxed style, more along the lines of that, man. So I think anybody that's been watching him already can co-sign that and tell you how good of a channel he is. So definitely make sure to subscribe to him after this live stream is posted. I'll put his channel's link in my description to make sure you guys go sub up to him, man. So
appreciate that. Appreciate the love, man.
Definitely. But as y'all guys see from the title of the video, man, I just titled it "Change is Not Always a Bad Thing." And off this live stream, me and Cowboy were talking about that earlier. Just, I think the model of cigar reviews has been kind of laid out and it's been kind of comforted, or people have been okay with it for so long. So that's just what's accepted, or what people think that you should do to have a successful channel. And it'll be a year for me in September. Not saying that I'm the one that innovated it or started it, but I think that now that cigar reviewers or people that have cigar review channels are pushing the envelope and making things a lot different, putting a lot of pressure on a lot of the people that have been around for a long, long time, which I think is healthy at the end of the day, because it's going to make the community stronger and make the reviewers' content stronger too. So, like seeing what Cowboy's doing. There's a few other newer guys that's come behind me too, that I like as well. But Cowboy, for the people out there that don't know about you, give them a little rundown about yourself. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this cigar and light it.
All right. Well, look, family, it's Cowboy, man. I'm out of St. Louis, Missouri. The name of my YouTube channel is Kowboysim. I've been in the cigar game for quite a long time. I had to try to get the right amount of years, but I have to base it on my oldest. My son is 30 years old. So I've been smoking cigars about 26, 27 years, maybe 28. I am the president of the Distinguished Gentleman Cigar Club here in St. Louis. some partners of mine, man. We have a cigar club that we started about 10 years ago, actually in 2009 when we actually started the club. And what we did, man, was give cigar parties. Every month we would have a cigar happy hour somewhere different throughout the city. And we did that for years, man. We used to have a website that used to have all the pictures and everything on it from every event that we did. The website got hacked a while back, and we never did put it back up. But that's what we did: cigar party, cigar hearths. We give a anniversary party every year, normally in September. It's not going to happen this year because of COVID-19. But yeah, man, I'm just a lover of the leaf, man. I love the camaraderie behind cigars. I told someone years ago, man, that I had ran into nothing in my lifetime out of all the things that I've done that brought people together, all walks of life, guys that wouldn't have spoken to each other otherwise, just over this smoke. This was the greatest common denominator, man, of bringing people together. And I have met some of my best friends, guys that I wouldn't have known otherwise, man, just through this cigar, man. So the proud to be a part of the family here with Ryan Real and them. I've been watching them for a while, and I decided, you know what? I was so bored with myself doing this COVID-19 thing, man. I was like, I got to do something. So now I'm sitting up smoking cigars on the computer as opposed to sitting in the lounge. So it's working out well, man. Over 100 subscribers as of today, man. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm gonna try to keep giving y'all good, decent content. Ain't no bells and whistles with me. What you see is what you get. 100. I'm straight down the middle, no bullshit, straight shooter, no chaser.
I think that's what's gonna make you successful too. I always, from watching your videos too, I like how relaxed and laid back it is, and obviously you can respect a really good palate when you see it, and somebody that you can tell that's honest no matter what, which I was able to pick up on really quick, man. I think they're just, I said it multiple times, man. You could just watch reviewers and you could tell when they read and stuff, they read an article before reviewing a cigar or just complete bullshit spewing out of their mouth. But I never got that with you, and that is another thing. That's why I don't know if he's in here, but uh, that's why I'm a big fan of Smoking Preacher, man. So for me,
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
always as anal on like spellings and pronunciation and stuff like that because I don't say everything correctly neither, man. But what I like is when I see somebody that's completely authentic and genuine and consistent all the
And
time. And preacher's
yeah,
just consistent, man.
that's right, man. That's him,
Consistent.
man. That's him. That's what you get. You know what I mean? You can appreciate it. I love listening to him too, man. You know, Smoking Preacher. I don't know anybody, man, as busy as the guy, man. He'll be
Dude.
working 12 or 14 hours a day and he still got content out there every day, man. It's
And
crazy.
and he'll put out 2 or 3 videos a day. And so if you didn't really pay attention, you wouldn't think he had a job. But like you said, you watch some of his videos, he's working 12, 10, 14 hours and still putting out a lot of content. So for me, you know what that tells me too, because now that you know the experience of being a cigar or being in the cigar review community now too, with us being demonetized, to me that's another plus for him because it just shows me that he just genuinely loves tobacco and loves cigars, man. He's just doing it for the love. There's no ulterior motive behind it. Preacher
Right,
probably
right.
could care less if he's sponsored or whatever. He just, hey man, I'm just smoking cigars in my garage. I'm gonna just tell you what I think. So just you gotta
Yeah,
love the
man.
dude, man.
Hey man, I cannot see the chat. So if it's anybody saying anything, you have to let me know.
Herbie gave you a shout out.
Herb, what's up, Herb?
Mystical Gent gave you a shout out. Martina Maya's in here. He's another cigar reviewer. Pete is in here. What's going on, Pete? I would love for you
Pete,
to do a
Pete.
blind taste test with some cigars for next tourney, but no cheating. Um, Mr. Blue, I don't have any problems with blind tasting. The only thing is, so for me, like originality is really important for me. So I know that there have been some other people or some other reviewers that have done blind reviews. So, as I've said before, I just want to be really strategic in how I'm moving and doing things. Because at the end of the day, I always want to be able to stand on my own and be able to have my own things and do my own stuff. So as far as like probably a tournament, probably won't happen, but I might do a video. You never know. I have somebody take bands off and hand them to me and smoke them. I don't know, but that's just really not particularly my lane. Not saying that that's something I won't ever do, but I know that there's some other guys out there that they have dabbled with the blind tasting stuff. So you know, Craig Duke said what's going on, Cowboy.
All right. What's up, family?
Too many people speaking in one says. Latanya said, "Love Cowboyism. He is so real. I agree with that." No, Mr. Blue, you good. It's not a my bad situation. Like I said, the ideas are good because of course when you mention the idea, there might be something that, but that's just my opinion on it. Like I'm saying, it's nothing that you say it wrong or anything. I just feel like because somebody's mentioned the blind reviews to me before too, and it's just not really my thing. Like I said, it's just not really my thing. I just kind of just pick up the cigar and kind of tell you what I think. Now, some people may think that oh he's biased or whatever. That's cool, but I think if the more people that are following along with me and can kind of get to know my personality, or know that I'm not gonna, sugarcoat anything. So, but like I said, I'm not ruling it out 100%. Cowboy Martin said, "Where are you from?" He's got that southern accent.
Well, my home is down south, man, Jackson, Mississippi, man. Yazoo City, Jackson, Canton area. Uh, I'm in St. Louis. Actually, I've been here all my life. I was born in St. Louis, but I was raised between here and Mississippi, man. That's home. At the end of the day, if my mother had been in Mississippi when it was time to have me out, that's where I would have been born. But she just happened to be on the road. So I was born right here in St. Louis, man. My family moved back here uh, in '67, right after I was born. But home, man, Mississippi, man. That's where the roots are, man. I'm a Southern gent, man, for sure. I love the dirty South.
Probably the food too.
Oh man, you gotta believe that, man.
Now I didn't. I know I've never asked you. Are you a fan of Emo's Pizza?
Man, we smash emos at least once a week around here, man. My daughter, my 12-year-old, man, I'm talking about at least once a week. So when I pick her up on Wednesdays, man, I can just about bet,
She gonna want
if
some Emos.
if she don't say, "Daddy, take me to the hood to get the fish," it's a spot that we go to, man, to get good fish from. If it's not the fish, she wants the emos.
That's cool. She
Oh,
gonna remember that
yeah.
stuff for. She gonna
Yeah,
remember
we
that stuff
we, we
forever,
we
man.
we we eat up some emos, man. I got three of them, man. Three kids, man. My son, my oldest is 30, and
Right.
I got a 23-year-old daughter that just graduated from Murray State, and then
Okay.
the 12-year-old daughter that runs everything, man.
Hey, I got a 2-year-old now. I tell you, when you have kids, it changes you,
It's,
man.
and let me not leave out my two beautiful grandbabies, man. I got a 4 and a 3-year-old, two granddaughters, man. That I ain't no good, man. I got all these girls in my life, man. Fuck, even the dog is a girl. So very little testosterone floating around here.
Yeah, man. It's just you and your son gotta stay afloat, man.
Yeah, man. Mm.
Oh man. Janet said my cigars usually taste better with the bands on. Let me see. Kowboyism knows his ish. Ashhead comment and say, "You know your stuff." I agree.
Ash, what's up, bro?
Ron Real, how do you feel about green cigars? I had one in Ybor City. If you are meaning the Candelas, I'm not a fan of Candela. I would say overall, I'm not a fan of Candela cigars. Just, just not a. I'm not a fan of unfermented tobacco. Like it just doesn't taste good to me. The ones I've had, they've had so much other stuff in the blend to cover it up, and it's almost like, well, what's the point of having the Candela if I can't taste? If you know what I mean, like same thing. Like I tell people all the time, I don't have a problem with people that smoke infused cigars or drink flavored whiskey like Crown Royal Apple, whatever. That's your preference. You do whatever you want to. But in my head, this is just how it works. I have a couple of guys I know they just drink Crown Vanilla and Crown Apple, and to me that means you don't like whiskey. If you
Right.
have to mask it in the flavors and stuff all the time, that like yeah, you have to. I mean, this isn't being an asshole or anything, but you have to ask yourself that question: do I like whiskey, or do I like cigars, or do I like tobacco? So that's just one of those things, man. I'm not a huge Candela fan.
No, me either, man. I just can't get past that. It's just too green for me.
Yeah, it's
Like I
just
said,
grass, man. I am.
I got the Barber Pole by Oscar that I'm gonna review here one of these
Mhm.
days soon. Like I said, it's got a Candela mixed to it, Candela and Maduro, if I'm not mistaken. And the only reason why I'm gonna smoke it is because Oscar blended it. I'm gonna see
And
what's up.
Oscar makes good cigars too.
Yeah. He know what he doing, man.
And that's why I said the other ones I liked. The Black Irish by Roma Craft was pretty good back in the day, and then I didn't mind the Wasabi by Espinosa, but I haven't had any other Candela that I would be like, yeah, that's something I'm gonna smoke all the time.
The last candela I had, I don't know, maybe it's been 3 or 4 years ago. It was right around St. Patrick's Day. Who is it? It was
Alec Bradley, the Filthy Hooligan.
The Filthy Hooligan. Yeah, man. I was a fan of a lot of Alec Bradley cigars for a very long time. As a matter of fact, he doesn't work for him anymore. But Snappy Big Man, I think he's with La Polina now, but he was a rep in this area for Alec Bradley, man. He did a lot of events with us. And I used to smoke the Alec Bradley Max and the Vice quite often. But that Filthy Hooligan turned me completely off.
Yeah, I've had him before too. And Martin said wrong kind of green. Yeah, I don't mind the other kind of green. I don't mind it. Travis from 253 Cigars. Cowboy, what's your favorite cigar?
Oh man, that's a tough one, man. I'm one of those guys, man, that when I go
hard,
to
man.
do it, man, sometimes I'll be on my way home and I'll get a taste for something. And that's what I go for. Sometimes I just open up the humidor and whichever one of them girls smile at me, that's the one I grab. But when you ask what's my favorite, man, I would just have to just say that my two go-tos that I keep in my box, man, the El Rey del Mundo, the Maduro, the
one that was wrapped
one.
in the paper that you reviewed that one time?
Yeah, that one. And the Bolivar Confradia, the 654.
I know Lee Mac likes that one too. I haven't had that one, but I heard him speak on that cigar.
Yeah,
I've heard you reference it before too, though.
And those are some old gems that's been out there for a long time, man. And then let's just say, man, anything that AJ Fernandez is doing, man, and Aganor Salif, man, I'm a fan of it, you know.
So both of well, for me, I think you are more of a fan of AJ than me. I still acknowledge that he makes good cigars, but a lot of them are more hit or miss for me. Where I feel like right now, Aganorsa's, there are some cigars that they make that I don't care for, but for the most part, what they're putting in is mostly in my wheelhouse. But for me, AJ is either gonna be a knockout of the park elite cigar. It's gonna be it's all right, you know. But well, I know you like AJ though.
Let me say this too, man. A lot of what you dealing with now, depending upon where you are in the country, man, there's so many blends out there, man. That's why I'm a fan of boutique. I love boutiques. I love these guys, the imagination that they had to try to make this thing work. But say for instance, here in St. Louis, there are a lot of cigars that you have down there in Memphis that we don't have here. And if you're not ordering online and taking a chance, you don't get a chance to experience a lot of those blends. Just take JSK, who we were speaking with last week. I mean, hell, that's a hell of a blend that I wouldn't have gotten my hands on if I hadn't got it through an internet.
And we don't have JSK. We don't have JSK or HVC here locally. I have to get it all through Black Line too. We don't carry any of that stuff here.
So there are a lot of blends that you got to get online now, and you just, as opposed to being able to go to the local shop and get them. Now I'm always able to let these guys know what I've run across and that they want me to keep coming back. So the B&Ms, they'll start ordering some of the stuff. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of stuff out there, man. There's so many cigars. I've been smoking them a long time, and it's still every day I hear a different cigar that I've never heard of yet.
And that's another thing too. Like what you said before too. You're not gonna be able to smoke everything. It's just gonna be impossible because you're not gonna be able to keep up with the blends.
No, you can't.
Lee Mac in the building. What's going on,
Mac Daddy, you all right?
Mr. Blue said, never knew you were a mod here. He's talking about Lee Mac knew he was a mod. Yeah, what's funny about that is, so when me and Lee, like it was very weird how it happens, and he'll tell you it's really weird how we think a lot of stuff will be the same, and then one of us will say something, and we'll be like, damn, I was thinking that too. So, he actually technically made me a moderator in his channel first, but it was weird because for the past week before he did it, I was thinking about making him a moderator. So it just worked out like that. Like he made me a moderator, and I literally texted him. I was like, man, damn, you beat me to the punch. I was gonna make you a mod in my channel too. So, but see who else we got. Brew Geek, what's going on, brother? I know Brew Geek dabble around in Mississippi too, some Cowboy.
Oh yeah, Brew Geek does. Dabble around as in he's got.
I know he lives in Louisiana. Brew Geek, I He'll correct me. I think his father still stays. His father stays in Mississippi, or some family lives in Mississippi, in the bottom part of Mississippi.
I know Smoking Preachers from Jackson, Mississippi.
He Smoking Preachers from Jackson too. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
he'll probably hear comment in a minute, but that's what I say. I'm pretty sure he got some family that's in Mississippi too.
Mm.
Have you ever had this Inyeho Shark, this Fuente Shark?
Nope, I have not. Uh, I have not had that, and as a matter of fact, I believe JR here has it because I went in there looking for to get a couple of headways last week, and I think he asked me about that in that short, but I didn't pick it up. I didn't pick it up.
The Inyeho lineup in general for me, I think is good, but I like these and the little 888, which is like a Lancero almost with a pointed head.
Right now, that one there, that's box press, right? Is it box press?
The shark is that box press torpedo shape. Yeah.
Okay. I know it had a funny shape to it, like a box press Figueroa almost.
Yeah. You got
small on one end and it's big on the other.
Yep. Just got that.
Okay. Yeah. I see it.
And you actually might even like the
6 or something like that in size.
Right. Now I was gonna say you actually might even like the eye of the shark more too, because it actually has a Cameroon wrapper, I want to say, on it.
Oh yeah, you know I'm a fan of the.
Let me see. I think you can you still hear me? Can you hear me, Cowboy?
I hear you now.
I think my connection's still being weird.
Bouncing in and out.
I don't know what's up with this thing, man.
Technology, man.
Can kill you, can hurt you, and can kill you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we might be back good. But yeah, that's why I said when you first said that too, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna be tight. Because I said I like Cameroon wrapper too.
Oh yeah. Love the Cameroon, man. If I had to blend anything for myself, it'd have to have a Cameroon wrapper on it after I get through dealing with some Nicaraguan filler.
That's why it's Nicaraguan, Cameroon, and then I really like Brazilian. I think it's starting to get a little bit more credit now, but that Brazilian tobacco.
Yeah. That Matafina, yeah.
Yep.
That's good stuff, man.
Everybody say, just to let you guys are good now. Okay. Loud and clear. Okay. But so what do you I know you kind of like me too, kind of more really impromptu and kind of just do things as is, but do you have anything in the near other than the one thing we talked about offline, but do you have anything in the near future that you plan on reviewing, or do you got any particular cigars you're after, or
with the cigars, let me tell you, like with the cigars, with all the cigars I got, and I got quite a few, man. I thought what I was gonna be doing was just say if I got a sample pack of some AJ Fernandez, that I would do an AJ Fernandez sample week or whatever. But that's kind of for me, that's just kind of boring for me because my taste buds don't want an AJ Fernandez every time. So right. I might do AJ Fernandez this week. I might not do another for another few weeks. What I do have coming up here real soon, I mentioned this to you guys once before, that I got a buddy of mine, man, who has his own cigar line out. And since I got the Yarbrough Brothers whiskey, I wanted to do, because they're both black owned, and I want to do a review of the Bro Brothers whiskey along with my homeboy's cigar brand here. He's from St. Louis, actually he's from East St. Louis. And he's had a blend that's been out for some years now, and he's played around with it. It's out of the Dominican Republic. And the problem he's having right now with COVID-19 is trying to get anything out of there. He's got a few cigars that he's able to get rid of, but he's being real patient, gonna let things pass. He kind of shut the site. You can still go on this site, Bowtie Cigars, if you're interested. Okay. Bowtie Cigars. You can still go on the site and see what he's working with, man. He's not only a cigar guy, but he's an artist as well. And there's a few of his sticks that you can still get, but as far as being able to get it in, buy boxes of them right now, We
Right.
waiting on things to clear up around here, man, so that we can get these shipments getting to us, man, without it being a problem.
I'm gonna definitely have to do that. So that's one thing I need to. That's one thing I want to work on more. Is I haven't been able to smoke a lot more black-owned companies like I wanted to. Like you said, I
Right.
was gonna plan on doing a pairing with the Bro Brothers and the Emperor's Cut, but I've had that one, and I've had the Black Star line, but I hadn't got a chance to smoke like any of the Drunk Chickens, the Definition, or a lot of because I was looking at Lee Mac's list. There's quite a few black companies on there. I haven't smoked hardly
Yeah,
any.
yeah, there are probably, shoot, 10 of them, man, at least. Quite a few of them out there, you know. But I wouldn't have heard about a lot of them if it wasn't for, since I've been doing this for the last couple of months.
Right.
Few of them, maybe 3 or 4 of them I did know about, but I did not know that there were that many.
Right. I'm the same way too. Like I knew about 3 or 4, but then it's like a list of like 20 or 30. I was like, nah, I didn't have
Yeah,
any
yeah,
idea it was that many.
yeah. If it's
Chappelle,
that,
what's
is it
going
that
on,
many?
family? Or Brew Geek said that Cowboy say where he's from in Mississippi. He did earlier, but I'm sure he won't mind.
Jackson, Mississippi, man. Yazoo County, Yazoo City, Bentonia, Canton, Jackson. All of that was within about a 20-mile radius of one another, man. That's where all my folks are down there, man.
And more, been hearing more and more about Brazilian rapper. That Brazilian, I mean, Pure Life is kind of one of those things. I think it's gonna be like with anything else. It's gonna be hit or miss. But the Matafina and the Ariapa, I always chop that up. But I like both of those. And if you can get your hands on I mean that I believe they stopped production of them, but you still can find them out there. If you can find the CAO Amazon Basin line, like the Oriano, the Amazon Basin, there's about 4 or 5 different ones. If you can find those, I would say smoke those. Those all have been pretty good from what I've had.
Mm.
Brew Geek said he grew up in Poplarville, dead south of you.
Poplarville.
Yep.
Tell them give me one more town. Something else close by Poplarville.
Where else you close to, Brew Geek? King Ray, what's going on, man? Shout out to you and Beantown. Got a new black owned B&M lounge. I got to go check out in my city. Janice, where are you at? Because I actually heard there's a new one in Huntsville, Alabama. New black owned B&M. Pariah, what's going on, man? I didn't see you sneak in there. What's going on with you? I do agree. I do like that CAO Orlando is very good. Yeah, my lounge is loving the CAO Bones. I haven't tried the CAO Bones yet either. Have you, Cowboy?
No, I have not. I've seen it. Someone just did a bone. Was it Lee Mac?
Lee Mac just did the Bones. Yep.
Lee Mac just did the bone.
Mm-hmm.
But I have not had it. No, I am still trying to run down, which is hard to find. And I found them, and I got a call back down there to Mike Cigars in Florida because the chick that I had on the phone, she wasn't very helpful. But CO came out with a cigar a few years ago, man. It was called the OSA Sol. Was a Nicaraguan blend, and one of those blends came from the Ometepe region.
Right.
The volcanic soil, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, in between the 2 volcanoes down there, man. And I am trying my best to get my hands on a box of those because they're hard to find. And I don't know if they're gonna stop making it or what, but can't find it around here nowhere anymore.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
That cigar was, man.
Yeah, Ometepe's hit or miss for me too. If the blend is good, I can do some Ometepe too.
Yeah.
Brew Geek said he's 40 miles, or he was in the woods south of Hattiesburg, about 40 miles.
Okay, got you. Hattiesburg, Collins, Mississippi. Yeah, tell him I know where he is.
Travis, I have not tried the Yagua yet from JC Newman. That was a pretty, at least for me, nobody around here locally had it, and it was a pretty tough cigar to get. But I haven't tried it yet. I don't know if anybody else has tried it. I don't know if Cowboy's tried it yet either.
What was that again?
It's called the Yagua by JC Newman. It's like where they wrap back in the day, they just wrap the cigars in a banana leaf.
Yeah,
without any mold, so all the cigars have different shapes to them, and so they did a play on that.
Right. I have not had it, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I have seen it though.
Let's see what it says. That spot in Huntsville looks great. It did look good, Ash Head. Bruce T. I burned the Amazon basin, and not for me. And that's the beauty of all this. I'm again, like we were just talking about offline. I'm doing or finishing up the summer showdown. Preacher's reviewing some of the cigars from the sampler. He didn't necessarily care for a lot of them, but it's like, hey man, I'd much rather you just be honest. And if you don't like them, that's cool. We all got different palates. There's quite a few cigars that me and Preacher agree on, and then there's a lot of cigars we don't agree on. It's just it's not taking anything away from him or me. We both still cool, and it's, hey man, we both have a very big respect for each other where we just could say whatever we feel like. So um let's see.
Yeah, it's like that, man. You know, some folks like Coke, some like Pepsi. It's still soda.
Facts.
That's just how it is.
And I think that's an actual true testament of friendship. Like, you know, sometimes you get people that they cool and they just don't want to say nothing bad, even if somebody fucking up. Like they just like,
Yeah.
that ain't me, man. Most of the time, if I'm really rocking with you, it's almost a pattern for me. So let's say, like, if I'm watching all your reviews and I comment on everything and I don't comment on something, it's probably, and I've seen it, it's probably just me trying to not be negative.
Right,
now, if you
right,
come
right.
out and ask me, like, what did you think about that? I'd be like, I wasn't really feeling that one. Now, I've always said that too. I'm not going to sit there, like, if Cowboy does a review, I'm not going to bash Cowboy in public, ever.
Right.
You know, I value him as a friend and just what he does. I respect his craft too much to just come online and just start bashing him. That's one of those things that if it's something I feel like is something he needs to address immediately, I might say something. I might not say anything unless Cowboy says, hey man, I reviewed this new Placencia cigar. What'd you think of the review? And then that might be where I come in and be like, man, you know, I feel like you could have did this and this and this, or vice versa. And I feel like it'd be that same way for me too. So,
and no, and it's the same thing, man. When we reviewing these cigars, we smoking these cigars, and you start picking up different flavors, and some of us pick up some of the same flavors. Some of us may, you know, when you say a cigar, you know, it's nutty. I mean, right. I may see it as a peanut. You may see it as a walnut, but we know that nutty flavor is there. That nutty flavor is so very hard. Outside of a peanut butter nutty, nutty flavors are very hard to differentiate between. You just know it's nut. You're just not exactly sure what nut it is. You know what I mean?
And that's why I try to say it's all subjective at the end of the day. So even the strength rating. So I might, and that's something you have to keep in mind too. And like I've mentioned this before. If me and Cowboy both drink, but Cowboy only drinks on weekends, I drink every day of the week. My tolerance is going to be higher. So it might take me 10 beers to feel something where it might take Cowboy 4 beers. So if I'm smoking a cigar and I say it's medium to me, it might be medium to full or full to you. But you have to keep in mind, if you only smoke 1 cigar a week or 2 cigars a week, you know, it's different when a person's smoking 4 to 6 a day.
That's right.
The tolerance for nicotine is going to be different. So you have to keep that in mind too. So that's why I always will tell people, like, don't put, I'm only giving you the review or giving it to you from my perspective. What I'm saying is not law. The flavor notes I'm getting is not law. This is just my experience. And then with the the process is you start to listen to a reviewer and be like, oh, okay, you might like the reviewer, and then you might like the reviewer and your palate may be the same, or you may like the reviewer and y'all's palate may be different. But you get to learn their personality and you're like, all right, if I'm watching Ron, I know he likes strong cigars, so he might have rated this one a little lower because it didn't have strength. That might be something I'll pick up. You look up and what not to pick up, but
that's the hardest part about the reviews, man. When you know where your wheelhouse is and you get something that's not right in your wheelhouse, you almost feel like you might be cheating. But then you explain to people, you know, where your palate is, and then they can understand that, you know, because the last thing you're trying to do is to turn anybody away from that particular cigar. I tell anybody, hey man, you get it and smoke it, and you may love it.
Right, you know? And that's why I was saying you were on the chat with us the other day too with Risty from JSK, man. Shout out to Risty from Johnson Crawl Cigars, super solid dude, and like I said, I feel like he takes that kind of persona or that kind of way of life too. Like, I'm just gonna tell you what I got, and this is what I'm getting from it. And it's like, if you don't like it, oh well. But I'm gonna be honest about it and let you know what I'm getting. And I think that I feel like as far as cigar reviewers and people that are brand owners, that's very rare, at least in my opinion. It's always an ulterior motive or some kind of catch to everything.
From what I've seen. Because when I asked Risty about that cigar, I was smoking a Tyrannical Buck, and I thought that it had somewhat of a snug draw to it. And then he explained to me that was purposeful. And after smoking the cigar, I know exactly why he did it, and that cigar burned exactly the way that he said it would burn. You know what I mean? And hell, that cigar got a 8 point. It got
It
almost
was
a
up there.
9, I think, from me, man. It
It
was
was
up
up
there.
there.
Yeah, yeah. I
And see,
mean, hell, I had a 4-inch ass on that thing, man.
I was about to say, I remember, and then so for me too, I was looking at like, I didn't agree with the statement. I don't think it tasted Cuban, but I could see where he's saying as far as rolling the tobacco so tight where it kind of draws and
Right.
performs like a Cuban. I was like, nah, I don't taste like a Cuban, but
Yeah.
I
Just
could
perform.
understand the
Yeah.
performance
Yeah.
aspect of
Yeah.
him wanting a tighter roll. Like I get that.
The evenness in the burn, and it burned even all the way. I mean,
Right.
all the way from can to can't, man.
And I smoked that the FDA cigar recently too, and pretty good, man. I thought
Is it?
it was a good cigar. Yeah.
Black Lion got some of those in, don't they?
They do. And if they don't, let
Okay.
me know. I'll get a couple over to you so you can
Yeah, because
try.
that toothpick, I'm gonna look to get that toothpick too.
I'm gonna definitely invest in some toothpicks too, especially after hearing he was one. So it's one of those things, man. So kind of how like another thing that Lee Mack will talk about, like with Steve Saka. When we were on that chat listening to Risty, like he's one of those guys. After hearing him talk for a couple hours, it was just like I don't even care if I like what his cigar. If I end up not liking or liking his cigars, he pretty much sold me from this point forward. If he has anything new, I'll at least try it.
Try it, yeah.
I'm gonna support him. Period. I am not saying I'm gonna go buy a box of everything, but anything that he comes out with from now on, I don't even care if it's not in my flavor profile. Like I'm gonna try it.
Right. I agree.
Let's see. Oh, they talk. E-Man, what's going on, family? My cameraman and my brother's in the building. The one that made me look good.
He do a beautiful job, man.
I told him he's the man, man. We got a couple of plans, like so we're running one camera now. I'm saving up to buy another camera, so we'll have 2 cameras in the operation. We try to upgrade some lighting and stuff like that too. So we are got some stuff in the.
If it gets any better, y'all gonna have to go Hollywood, man.
Hey man, that's what we're trying to. It's,
Hey.
we're talking about off record is like so. I'm really liking where the cigar reviewers community is going. The few people that I really like and feel like have a really good potential to do something, they all have something in common. They're not afraid to push the mold or push what's regular or what's became comfortable. Everybody's like it's like, man, you ain't finna get no comfort zone with me. So man, I got a comment the other day, and I'm not gonna lie, man, it kind of got to me because I was just looking like. And I'm not one of those people that crave that everybody has to like me. I know everybody's not gonna like me. That's fine. But just like if you're not gonna like me, at least state facts. So I got a comment the other day in a video, and it pretty much was referring to me as being a narcissist. And I was like, what? And then it was just like you could just tell from
that's coming from a narcissist, right?
Because there was no facts being brought up at all. It was just like from the very moment that I read the message, it was pretty much a full-on attack of me. And I was like, man, what you attacking me for? He was like, oh, well, you might seem like a narcissist, but I don't know if you are or not, which like you said, only a narcissist would talk like that. And then referencing like, oh, well, such and such, and these channels are more in depth than you. And I'm like, man, that's not my goal to be the most in-depth reviewer ever. I'm just reviewing cigars in the way that I like to review cigars. And if you like the way I review them, cool. If not, keep moving, man.
It's all about what they don't understand, man. Is it's all about the family, the community, man. The army, man. That's what it is. I mean, it's for those guys, man. Like I say, if that individual don't like what he see, change the damn channel. It's real easy. It's just that simple.
Shout out to you, G3, for that donation too, brother. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's what I was saying because I was just looking like, man, there's no facts in here at all. You just and so I thought to myself, I said, of course, you're used to watching reviews being a certain way, done a certain way, and here's this kid that's doing it completely different than what you're used to and being successful at it. That's a problem.
Right.
I can't change who I am, man. So
no. Don't do that.
I'm not. I say I'm not, man. I agree, Prudence. He did, and you could just, and I could tell when he made that comment, it was his first time even watching the video. And like me and Lee Mack will talk about all the time too. Even if I end up not liking something, I usually won't cancel it out after the first video. I'll watch a couple to see if that's how that person is or a trend, you know. And then I'd be like, I don't really like that style. But I'm not gonna watch one video and be like, nah, I'm good. Like you, wait a minute, you need to fix this and this and this. You need to do this and this and this. Like, nah, man. BNT said,
out of opinion, man.
Cowboy.
What'd he say?
BNT for life said, what's good? Cowboy in the house.
All good, man. All right, brother. Thanks for the love.
Let's see. Hope second smoke. Marco Polo about to get his second cigar, and this is actually my second cigar today too. Way behind today, but it's all good. I slept till like 1 or 2 this afternoon, man. I got off work and was just, you know when you're tired when you sleeping sitting straight up. I didn't even get in the bed, man. I just got on my couch and just went to sleep sitting up. I said, man, and which in my mind I thought I was only gonna be down for about 30 minutes to an hour. This was probably at like 8:30. I woke up, it was like 1. I was like, shit.
You needed that.
I did, man. They killed me last night. Let me see. Lee make 45 people here. Can we get 45 thumbs up? Yeah, not only 45 thumbs up, but man, again, if y'all aren't subscribed to Kowboyism, man, check out Kowboyism. Let me put his link in this channel too. Let me drop your link.
I could be looking at some of the chat. I'm tripping over here. I can pull it on my phone.
James trolls were out in full force this weekend. Had my Irish blood, but yeah, it's some bullshit going on. I'll just say that, man. I appreciate you, Big T. Hey man, Marco, I was tired, man. I was. It's funny too, because me and James will be talking, and I'll be like, man, I ain't heard from you today. He's like, man, I already know if I don't hear from you from a certain time of day, I figure you asleep or something, man. So it was I appreciate you, James. I'll say that. Let's see what we got. I'm on cigar number 4. I guess I was just in the mood today. That would be about me, Mystical. This was a real slow day for me, man. But I ain't gonna complain. My palate probably needed a little bit of a rest. James said, tell Cowboy I got JSK toothpicks on the way tomorrow.
Right on, James. Jimmy G.
Y'all make sure, this is Cowboy's link, man. Y'all make sure to sub up to him and check him out. I'm telling you guys, y'all won't be disappointed. Kind of how like Lee Mack says he is all the time. I'm not gonna attach myself to a person or something that I don't truly believe in. Same here.
Yeah, man. I'm just me, man. I'm keeping it real. Sometimes I'm a little too laid back for myself sometimes, man, but it is what it is, man.
I'd rather be too laid back than some of the other people that I see that are too hyper.
You know, but I'm a silly dude, man. I will turn up, man. You know, but I can't let y'all see everything.
I used to get a little wild when I get a little oil in me. I had to kind of start toning down a bit. I get a little crazy when I get some oil in me. So my son helped me out a lot too, man, because I used to be, man.
Oh man, them kids will humble you quick, man.
I just saw it. I was like, man, I need to have my ass at home with him, man.
Hey, and don't end up this second time around. I believe you want a little girl, man, but you think you humble now. Oh my God.
That's why I want to look. I need it. That's why I say I need it. And then my partner at work like, watch you might as well gonna have your name picked out. You're gonna have a boy again because you say you wanted a girl. I said, he said, why do you want a girl? I said, look, man, when Quincy gets older, I know how it is because I know how it is with my mom and dad. Like I talk to my dad and stuff, man. But when we do talk, it's very quick, making sure he good, everything all right, cool.
Right.
Talk to my mom all the time. I said, man, when Quincy gets older, that man ain't gonna worry about me. Have me a little girl, she gonna be.
Oh yeah, she gonna
make sure dad all right.
That's right.
All right, Chaz, you take care, man. You stay safe too. Mystical, I keep forgetting it's Sunday, man. Mystical be on me, man. When smoking a cigar, I can't do nothing but lay back. Yeah, that's why I smoke indoors a lot too, man. I don't like to be too cold. I don't like to be too hot. I like to get in the controlled environment where I can sit back and just really enjoy the cigar, man. I tried to smoke a cigar for the first time outside in a while today, and I was halfway through it and just wasn't enjoying it because I was sweating too much, man. So
yeah, it's gonna get time out. I mean, it started to get dark early, man. I'm in the process now. Don't know if I wanted to rent or sell. the little spot that I'm in, man. But this COVID-19 has put a lot of things on hold, so I'm gonna try to be patient through the first of the year. But I got a room downstairs, man, that I used to use as an office,
Right.
and I'm gonna go ahead and turn it into like a little office studio area, man, and I'm gonna get it vented out.
Right.
So I can start blowing some smoke in the back downstairs, man, because I normally don't not smoke in the house, but I'm gonna get that done the right way.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
I know you said your daughter had asthma, so you try to stay away from it.
Yeah. I try not to, I try not. Now, if I was to fire my pipe up and smoke it in the house,
It's
I
not a
wouldn't have
problem.
no issues. They love the way that pipe smell, man.
My wife the same way. She'll sit there and be like, "Man, I can smell it." I'm like, "I don't smell them." And then I smoke a pipe. I haven't touched my pipe in probably a year and a half or so. But when I smoke my pipe, I could walk around the house and smoke it, and she ain't gonna say anything.
Yeah. It's like an aphrodisiac, man. That scent, man. That pipe tobacco, man. For them ladies, they love that, man. I haven't smoked my pipe probably. Last time I picked up one, I smoked a bowl about 2, maybe 3 months ago. But I got 6 or 7 pipes in there, man. I go to a pipe show here in St. Louis every year, man. St. Louis Pipe Show. Sit down with the old guys, man, and I got pipe tobacco in there now, man. If I smoked the bowl every day for the next year, I wouldn't smoke it all.
See, I don't have that much. But see, when I started the channel, because I used to smoke pipes a lot more when it got cold. But when I started my channel, the focus just went to content. So I really just neglected my pipes. But I got some nice meerschaums in there, and I got some nice stuff in there. I need to smoke it, man. I'm gonna make a point. I might even do a video of that. Like, it won't be a review, but I might put a couple of videos out in the fall or the winter that have me smoking a pipe. Maybe it might just be a video about general information or somewhere I'll be smoking it. But I need to smoke it.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to that pipe. You got to babysit that pipe, man.
It took me a while to learn how to pack it too, because for a while I was packing it wrong and sitting up there torching it. I was like, man, but
yeah.
Got to take it once. If you get it packed right, because I'd sit there, I'd be like, man, this dude taking a puff like once every 10 minutes, it seemed like, and that thing staying lit.
Yeah.
Got that thing packed right.
Yeah.
Philip said, "What's up, fam? What y'all smoking and drinking?" I am drinking a little bit of beer, and I'm smoking me a Arturo Fuente and Yeho's 77 Shark.
I'm seeing some of this chat now. I see Pete Cowboy. What pipe tobacco do you use? Man, I go to here in St. Louis, a little pipe shop, man. I like peaches and cream, some Cavendish. Peaches and cream probably is my go-to, man, and I really love some good cherry Cavendish. I got some pipe tobacco in here now. I can't even tell you the name of it. It's from North Carolina, I believe. I got from the guys at the pipe show, and it's apricot and something another, man. That shit is magnificent.
And there's another one I like too. Well, it comes in tins. It's called Devil's Holiday.
I've heard of that.
I like that one too. Let's see what we got. Eric is doing a lot better, which I'm very happy about that, man. Because he'll tell you at the beginning, man, I was like, man, I don't know, man. You hurt yourself pretty bad. K Berry have had the barrel rye batch number 3. Are you asking us, K Berry, if we had that, or that's what you drinking on?
Marco Polo. One hit a quitter.
Oh man. If you two brothers had your own cigars, what would you name them?
Cowboy
I've never thought of. Would you say Cowboy?
Cowboy Up. That's capital KOWBOY-UP. Cowboy Up, baby.
That's a good question. I ain't never thought about that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Plum pudding from Seattle Pipe Club is great. I haven't had that, but that sounds delicious.
Plum pudding. Yeah, that does sound good.
I'm lying. No, yeah, yes, I have. I'm a fat kid at heart, man, because I like food and like eating. All the cigar names I got would be food names, man. All right, you be good too, man. I enjoyed both reviews, or the Meet in the Middle show and your review today, man. I'm gonna have to check out that cigar that you reviewed today. It sounded like you liked it pretty good.
Lee Mack, be good, man. Don't forget to use that mouthwash, man. You know what I'm talking about.
Can't forget that. Let's see. Oh, James talking to somebody tonight. I'm making a Sazerac mixed drink. Sazeracs are very good. G3, he's from St. Louis, but in Mississippi as well too. He's from both.
Yeah.
Both are home. You say you can see the chat now too, can't you?
Yeah, I can see it now. I went on here and turned my phone on, so
Okay.
I should have put my glasses on, but yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
It reminds me every time I go to the eye doctor every year. I'm like, man, because they say that my vision isn't changing, but when I'm looking at those numbers and stuff on their board, I'm like, man, I can't see shit.
Oh man, it's rough.
I was like, man, this is crazy. And so my son, he's in bad shape. My mom and dad, my brother wear glasses. I wear glasses. My wife wear glasses. Both her parents wear glasses, and her sister wears glasses.
I just got them, man, about last year, man. I turned 51, and they was like, I'm surprised you don't have them already. And I didn't know I had astigmatism in my right eye because I was just gonna go get some regular old readers from Walgreens. So I went for an eye appointment to find out which strength I should get, and they told me that you to mess your eyes up, you to just went and got regular glass, you need scripts. And I'm like, y'all trying to get this money, but so I ended up having to get scripts.
Yeah, that's why I said I had one too, man. Man. A brew geek said that Mississippi mouthwash. That's it.
Let Mississippi mouthwash, baby. It's COVID-19 cure.
Joe, Will, you mess with that mouthwash, there ain't nothing gonna be alive in there. I have a astigmatism too, fam. Yeah, that's why I said I got one too, man. But I remember I have a cousin, and they used to make fun of him when he was a kid. That boy lenses were so thick when he was about 5 or 6 years old. And I remember he always wanted to be in the army, and they were like, my mom was like, I sure hate it because he ain't gonna be in the army. His eyes too bad. Oh, whew.
Yeah, thank God for when they came out with the contacts, man.
Oh yeah.
Cowboy,
That's why back in the. Go ahead.
Somebody was asking me about whiskey reviews. Yeah, I do, man. I haven't. That was supposed to be a part of my channel as well. You guys will probably see me with some whiskey squad stuff on soon. That's my drink squad, man. Whiskey squad. So I'm always drinking something when I'm smoking. So most of the time, if I'm doing a review for whiskey, it's because I paired it with something. But I have not just done a straight whiskey review by itself. I'm always pairing. I got a lot of whiskeys, man. I'm always pulling something else out. So yeah.
That's me too. If I'm drinking, I'm smoking too. Like Piero Maduro was the one. He's like He just when I think of smoking, I think of drinking. When I think of drinking, I think they have this synergy that's just perfect.
Right.
It's funny. I swapped back into contacts recently, and everybody's like, "Where are your glasses at?" I'm like, "Well, damn, man, y'all." But Eric knows too. So fighting fire and stuff, man. When you have to take all your stuff off and put this mask on. Not that you could. That's the misconception about fighting fire too. Everybody looks at these TV shows and thinks you could just see everything in every fire, and that's not the case. But it's a little bit better when you're walking around the fire grounds when you have contacts and you can still see stuff. When I didn't have glasses, man, it was just like everything was a blur.
I bet.
Just had to go off instincts. What was hot and orange? Get that LASIK, man. Herbie, I'm gonna try to keep. I've had surgeries and stuff before, but for me, man, I just try to. For me, this is just me. I try to keep away from surgeries and stuff as much as possible. My dad has had LASIK. He had it one time. I think it's good for like, I don't know, was it 7 or 8 years, and his eyes are bad. He's wearing glasses again. So for me, my thought process is if I'm gonna do surgery, if I'm gonna do surgery, I would want it to be where I could do it one time and not have to mess with it anymore. If my eyes are gonna go bad in another 8 to 10 years, I just rather wear contacts and glasses. So,
right,
just me. Eric said he tried to get LASIK. Something about his lens and his eyes being too thin. Oh yeah, next month, man. I'm telling y'all, September gonna be crazy on this Black Line Luxury Cigar of the Month Club, man. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be another good month.
Yeah, Herb, man. I'm still pounding, man. I'm drinking it's a blended Scotch, man. That one of my favorite blendeds. A lot of people don't, maybe that I know about it, but it's called Duncan Taylor 12-year, man. One hell of a good smooth blended Scotch, man. 80 proof.
John, what's going on, brother? I took your advice and got a box of Orlanos and a few of the boxes from Black Line. And as always, James hooked me up, great company and team. I appreciate you, man. And like I said, you've been rocking with me for a long time too. One of my Patreons, man. I really appreciate it, man. And like I told a couple other guys, if you need anything from me or anything that James can do, man, you already know we're gonna make sure it's taken care of. Let's see. Have been saving up for a box of tyrannical bucks. Would you say the 40 ring gauge is better than the 50? That's the one that Risty was talking. I got a few in the humidor. Or I like what you call it. I like how you call it the safe.
The safe, baby.
The safe. And you know what? When y'all see my when I do my humidor tour video, it's gonna be very appropriate to call it a safe.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, I heard that. I said, man, I like how that sound, man. I got to store these in the safe.
The safe, man. I got the safe, which is depending on what you're putting in it, it's supposed to be a 200 count.
Right.
And I've got 1, 2, 3 small 50 counts, and then I got a 30 quart tupper door. That's
right.
Hell, if I keep ordering from y'all, man, hell, I'm gonna have to go get a.
When we get off here, I'm gonna send you a picture of what my setup is too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture. I'm the same way too, though. So normally throughout my whole smoking journey, I had the treasure chest that held about 200, 250. I never really needed more than that.
Right.
But then I started messing with James, man.
They keep
the deals were too good, so I was just buying stuff. I'm like, man, and he'll tell you. So I had an end table that was designed. It had a big old drawer in the top for like singles and stuff, and then you could put a boatload of boxes of cigars under there. Probably hold 1,000, 1,200 cigars. And I thought, man, I ain't gonna never outgrow this. Never.
Right. Yeah, you'd be surprised, man. When
4 months later, man.
Yeah.
4 months later, I was in trouble.
Then I got the old buddy jar.
Yep.
You know. So it's too many cigars around here, man.
Let's see. What people order that one. This cigar looking good. Recommendation is let's see. Ron, have you ever had the chop suey from Punch? I do. I like the egg roll more than the chop suey, but the egg roll is a lot more limited and harder to get. I like the chop suey, and I pretty much agree with what most of the people have said. It was a good cigar in the beginning. I think it's aging a lot better now. Very good option if you like smaller ring gauge cigars and you like, it's not overly complex, but that's another cigar that's just good. You don't have to pay a lot of attention to it. You can just smoke it and enjoy it. Man, James, I got a Partagas Lusitania review that's actually done. I don't know when I'm gonna release it yet. Just a spoiler, I really enjoyed the one I had, man. It really made me consider buying a box. Now, me and James have a really good friend named Don, who for the past year, I think he just had a bad box. Everyone he was picking up was the draw was bad and the burns were bad on him. But the one that Brian, shout out to Brian Prentice, he sent me one, man. It was really good. My call said, do you think you're being fair when rating a medium low price cigar? It seems like you're rating medium to low end cigars based on high quality cigars you've smoked, not fair to low medium cigars. I don't have any. I don't have it. That's why I don't put price in. That's why I don't put price in my ratings, because if I put price in my ratings, it would be completely biased. So I would say I'm completely unbiased, because you look at the tournament I'm doing now, like a lot of those, the Knuckle Buster was a $5 cigar, the Warrior $5-6 cigar. The Garden of the Farm is a cigar I love. That's an $8-9 cigar. Most of the cigars I smoke on a day-to-day regular basis are under $10. I smoke a lot that are in that 12 to 15, but on a day in and day out basis, like most of my cigars are in that regular range. But for me, I feel like I'm being fair because I just judge the cigar for what it is. I don't care about the price of the cigar.
Yeah, I took a page out of your book, man. After we spoke last week about the price, I decided to take price out of my scoring anymore, because that can.
I mean, nobody's gonna say it, but when you put price in it, it's a bias.
Yeah.
It's gonna, I mean, not saying you're trying to be biased towards the cigar, but you're gonna be biased without even really knowing it, because you're penalizing the cigar. You know, if I think that this $20 cigar is great, but then I'm knocking it so much on the price, it's still taken away from that. It still was a great cigar.
Marco Polo asks, how long you been smoking? Marco, I've been smoking about 26, 27 years, man, cigars.
I've been smoking about 5 years, right at 5.
And you would think it was the other way around.
No, man.
This dude is, but you're a bad man, man. I'm telling you, man. You got the game, bro.
Nah, I still, it's so much to look, because I look at all you, like you guys, like you, James, been smoking for well over a decade. A couple other guys I know they've been smoking 15 or 20 years. And what I say what's good about you is you're not like a lot of the guys that have been smoking 20 plus years, because no disrespect to any of those guys either, but a lot of them that I've talked to, they only have their 4 or 5 cigars that they smoke.
That's right.
They're very comfortable with their Romeo and Julietas or Macanudo, whatever it is they smoke. That's what they smoke. But you're
not into the boutique lifestyle, man, and they have no idea what they're missing.
Right, and so that's why I got so much respect for you as far as like just being willing to smoke new things, being able to dabble with different blends, different wrapper leaves, and I think that's what separates you from a lot of the guys that have been smoking for so much longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mystical said, like I said, yeah. Speaking of, Lee Mac does pricing, but like I said, for me, I've known Lee Mac. I have known Lee Mac long enough, and I know his person. So the price, I listen to it, but it's in his ratings. I don't really pay attention to it. I'm looking at what else he's talking about. Really, for me, when I look at Lee Mac's ratings, is because the construction is going to be solid unless it's really fucking up. It's going to be decent. So the flavor and his enjoyment. That's what I personally listen to. If his flavor and his enjoyment is up there, I'm gonna go grab it because I know like that's gonna be there. So where somebody else that might be more budget conscious might take into effect his price rating, I don't like if I don't mind spending $12 or $15 on a cigar if it's a good cigar. So exactly, James. That's exactly the point. He said makes a great point about a $20 or $30 cigar has to smoke well to be at a rated high. Facts. I got another cigar that's coming out here soon. It's a $40 cigar, and it did not score well because I don't care that it costs a lot. It didn't. Like I've mentioned before, when Cowboy was in that chat with me and James that day, I said I look at a cigar when I judge it based off of this. If I have this Villinger TAA exclusive and this Añejo Shark, and I take the bands off and I don't know anything about them, my rating system still stands on it. It doesn't matter about the band or whatever. I could smoke this cigar without a band and write down my scoring ratings and still give you an unbiased opinion.
There you go.
So, and it's not, and you know, Leon, like it's not even for me like a change to the game really so much as like just like there are people out there that are budget conscious on smoking, there are a lot of smokers out there that are like me that don't mind spending. Like Cowboy probably doesn't mind spending 12 to 15 if it's a good cigar. Like whether that Maestro del Tiempo was an $8 cigar or a $14 cigar, Cowboy's still gonna buy it.
Yeah, if I want it, I'm gonna buy it.
I'm gonna buy it. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a couple of what they call budget-friendly cigars again. I did 1 or 2 reviews. Some guys really liked it because I know there's some guys out there, man, that are looking for that. And I tell guys all the time, don't just get stuck on price. You know what I mean? But then you have to understand what you're smoking. You know, so
it's an unfortunate. I was gonna say it's an unfortunate thing for me. Like it sounds snobbish, but I think it's just the reality that not a lot of people really want to talk about or really say.
Right.
Cigar smoking is a privilege or a luxury. So this is all expendable income from us. It's not a necessity. With me saying that is like, if you can't stand in the kitchen because it's too hot, maybe you don't need to be in the kitchen.
That's right.
Like I said, it might be unpopular to say it, but that's just how I feel, man. It's like, I smoke cigars because I liked it. Like you said, smoking different things. I like to experience and have different things. And like now I'm not running around spending $20 on every cigar, but I'm gonna smoke me one Padron, maybe 2 a week or whatever like that, because I like them, man. So I'm like, I don't mind spending $17, $18 on that cigar. It's cool. I know what I'm getting out of it. And again, if the strength is cool because it's like shit, if I'm spending $20, I at least kind of want to get hit a little bit over the head. If I'm getting some good flavors.
Right.
You got strong cigars that aren't very complex and not very flavorful. I don't like those cigars neither. And if you notice, let's say I grab a cigar that's very strong but not very flavorful or not very complex, it's still not going to score well. The strength might be a 19 or 20, but the flavor and complexity might be a 12 or 13. It's still going to be a piss poor cigar. It's just going to be strong.
Right.
So I just want all of y'all in the chat to just, and it has nothing to do with my strength or my strength rating or my grading scale. I'm just trying to get people to think outside the box. Don't just go by this scoring scale because that's what all the other 50 reviewers go by.
Right.
You know, challenge like you challenge me, challenge them to ask them why do they put this in here? Why is this in here? Challenge those guys because that's going to make them think, that's going to make them better.
You know, you got something, you take like Smoking Preacher, for instance. He don't give you a rating on the cigar. He's just going to tell you whether he likes it or not. Would he buy it again? And if he tells you that he'll buy it by the box, then that's his high score.
Right.
You know
and another thing I've noticed from a lot of reviewers too, if you don't have a scoring system, me and Lee Mack have talked about this a lot too. There's different levels of liking cigars. I could like a cigar where I think it's a good cigar, but I might not necessarily buy it. But if I was around your house and I didn't have one and you gave it to me, I wouldn't have a problem smoking it.
Yeah.
There's a cigar that is good and I'll buy it every now and then. There's a cigar that is good that I think is 5-pack worthy. There's a cigar that is good that I think is box worthy. Same thing with a dislike. I might think the cigar is average. I might think that it's not good at all. Or I'm like, I ain't even smoking this again, you know? Or there might be something I think that it doesn't taste good. Maybe some age may help it. And then there's some I'm like, nah, the flavors I'm getting are so off-putting, I won't even smoke it again. Or, you know, whatever it may be. I like what James says. It's about what your time is worth. I think if you can spend an hour at work for $30 per hour, you can spend 30 for a 2-hour smoke. And I like how you put that. It's how much you value your time or how much you value cigars in your life. A very good point. Smoked the Davidoff late hour, was not impressed. And that happens, Pariah. Like, I like the late hour, and there's a couple other Davidoffs I like, but for the most part, most people would say I'm not a huge Davidoff fan. So, I mean, it's preference. And then, like I said, I know a lot of people aren't big Padron people either. Like, I don't make any money. I mean, I don't, you know, it doesn't hurt my feelings if people don't like certain cigars or whatever, but it you know, don't feel bad. Like, but at the same time, it's good that you got to experience that cigar.
Smart man once said smoking a cigar, it's like getting a massage. Here, E. Hunt, you're right. You're right. He says a smart man once said smoking a cigar is like getting a massage.
I believe he quoted me.
Yeah. Well, he's right. You know, I like to say, you know, it's some people, you know, this is my meditation, man. This is how I meditate.
That's me too. And it was funny because my wife at first, she was looking like, I don't know why you do it. And then she smoked and she was like, this is relaxing. I'm like,
yeah.
So when I'm off work, I'm trying to be in a state of relaxation the whole day. So that's why I'm smoking 4 to 6 a day.
Yeah.
Back rate ain't bad for the money. Back rate ain't bad for the money at all. Oh man, that Bolivar Bellicoso Fino, that's favorite Cuban still.
Baccarat is one that I used to turn people on to when they want to find, you know, new cigar smokers. That would be the first cigar that I suggested to them to smoke was a Baccarat, you know.
To see where they head at. See if they,
because that sweet tip was going to keep them in the cigar.
Right.
You know.
He said, I remember my first retrohale, I almost quit. And now look at you though. Cowboy is a very big retrohaler too, man.
Yeah, man. More than I should.
I know James retrohales, but like he said, he might do it 3 or 4 times a cigar. I'm constantly retrohaling, man. And shout out to Brother Woods too. I believe he commented on the video yesterday about me making a video about it, which I probably will, man. Like the benefits of it and why I do it so much. You know, it won't be a long video, but I'll probably do something towards it. Especially since I made the whole retrohale or die campaign. Because, you know, it started with me saying don't trust cigar reviewers that like every cigar and don't trust reviewers that don't retrohale. So I don't feel like they're giving you I don't think they're giving you the full experience of a cigar. But like I said, this is just an opinion of mine too. It's like I said, it's all subjective, right? So, all the people that I ever followed and trusted, all the people that had trusted palates for me, all retrohale. That's the school that I came from. All the smokers that I've been around, they did, you know. Now,
The retrohale definitely enhances the smoke, man. It
and
just
and that, and this is not a shot at anybody in the chat that can't retrohale. Like I said, the statement, I don't ever want that statement to get misconstrued or misquoted. The quote was, "Don't trust cigar reviewers." If you are a regular smoker and you don't retrohale or you don't prefer to, that's fine. I feel like
right.
even if the reviewer doesn't like to, they should still be able to display it and tell you what they're getting from it. Does it make the cigar spicier? Does it not do anything? Do they get different flavors from it? They should be able to depict that, because think about this. If I don't retrohale and I smoke a cigar and don't really care for it, and then Mystical picks up the cigar and there's a retrohale and messages me back, it's like, man, this cigar was fantastic, man. I retrohaled and got so much from this and this. You almost turned me off of it because you said it was a bad cigar. So because I didn't give him everything.
Right. Mike said his retrohale was the first one was a AJ. He was crying, it stunk so bad. That's that pepper, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be careful.
It's just practice. Because and it's another thing. I don't know if you can tell too. You probably can, Cowboy. I can watch reviewers and tell if they don't retrohale all the time.
Well, I've seen some that say they retrohale, and I don't know where the hell. If I don't know if it's going out the back of their head or what. I'm like, shit. I didn't. Did you? I'm looking real close, going, okay. I don't know. I don't know. You know. Okay.
Man, I'm right there with you too. And I say I've seen some. I'm like, yeah, he's flexing for the camera. He don't really do this shit like that. It's cool, man. Like, you just be yourself.
Right. It's all good.
My call asked, did you ever have you ever tried rolling cigars?
No, well, let me say this. I've had a few cigar parties, man, where we've had cigar rollers there, and I've sat down. So yeah, I have rolled a cigar. Am I good at it? No, but I did get a chance to even smoke the one that I did roll. But I got a couple buddies here in St. Louis, man, that they are cigar rollers. So I've dabbled with it a little bit. I that's something I'm gonna have to develop some patience for.
For sure, yeah. All right, Philip, man, you take care and be safe out there, brother. Marco, you were probably in the very few. He's only been smoking 9 months and already picked it up. I've been smoking for 5 years. I couldn't retro for probably the first 2 or 3 years.
It takes some time. It does take time.
Yep, it took me a long time to get it down where it was just fluent and just effortless. Because you can watch some people and they do it and it's like it's hard. You can tell they can do it, but it's harder for them. It's not very natural. St. Louis in the house, you can taste the flavors better. Retrohale, yeah, man.
Yes, sir. STL, baby. Speaking of the STL, now that I've put myself out here and started to review, and I ain't ashamed to say it, they know me around here, but there's a lot of copycats in the game, man. A lot of copycats in the game, and they like to try to.
Man.
They got
ulterior motives. Cite your source, man.
I have to tell you a few stories about a few people around here, but they know I don't give a damn what they think. They can come see me. But if it's another cigar reviewer out here from the STL, claim the STL, y'all let me know.
I ain't seen one yet.
You got to come see me.
I ain't seen one yet.
Not to say that they can't. Don't get me wrong, but I would just like to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the same thing. Like,
work together.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, my partner Kareem, he was on a video or two with me before. He does more written reviews. He's in Memphis too, and I know there's a lot of smokers out here. But like you said, up until I started, I haven't seen anybody from Memphis, start a channel or anything.
Kareem's smoking a lot of cigars. I see him on the gram.
Kareem smoking a lot of cigars too.
Man, he putting them down, man.
Herbie, I appreciate that donation, brother. I've retro from the get-go. I used to smoke cigarettes. Kind of like Eric, Pete. My camera guy, Eric. My brother Eric is a long-time cigarette smoker too. So he demands more medium to full body cigars too. So I have to be strategic in what I let him try out. Because a lot of stuff for him is like smoking paper. Because he's just so used to the nicotine and all that shit. Yo, Ron, I love to do the marriage. It's awesome. That is funny that you mentioned that shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Was
copying.
just talking about that, huh?
Hmm.
Was just
And
talking
like I
about
said,
that.
man, I went to college for English, so plagiarism was one of those things that was just a big no-no. And I'm sure everybody was in grade school. You know, you write papers and stuff, and the number one thing they tell you, baby, we catch you cheating, or if we catch you with some information that you don't cite the source, you're gonna fail. So I look at life, and I look at this in the same way. Hey man, we ain't as dumb as we look, man. Like I watch a lot of videos. I'm like, cite your source, man. Cite your source. If I ever see, just like I referenced, I've never heard anybody call a humidor safe until
Right.
Cowboy did it. I heard, I
Right.
said, man, that's dope. I like how he said it's his safe, you know.
Right.
But if I'm coming in videos and I start talking about that, and then Cowboy look at that like, now wait a minute, I've been watching dude for almost a year, man. He ain't never used this word. Now he using it, and he ain't even giving me credit. You know, like that's bullshit.
Hey, Alex, I hear you, man. Uh, true story, man. You don't make your old lady mad, man, so she can get all natural breeds of King's Highway on you, man.
Mm-hmm. Alex, I like what you've been doing too, man. Now that's another guy like Smoking Preacher too, man. I got a lot of respect for Alex because and trust me, brother, your time is coming. Just keep working and keep putting out content. But
Believe that.
I was in the same boat too, Alex. Trust me, man. It took me. I really didn't really start buzzing until this Cigar Madness tournament, man. I had a good steady growth going, but the Cigar Madness tournament is kind of what opened the doors and let people really know what I had to offer. But I like what you're doing. You could just tell somebody that likes smoking cigars and just putting content out. And I can tell every video you get more confident and more confident. So keep working, man. Like I said, you got some really good people in your corner, man. So just hang in there and keep putting out that content. And
Yeah,
man, boy,
man.
I've been watching. You've been smoking some good cigars lately too.
Yeah, that brother smoking some good cigars,
And
man. Hey, man, I'm
don't let
like
them
this
fool you.
dude. Yeah, he's spending some bank. I just say, man, like I say all the time, man, just stay true to self, man. Whatever you do, man, stay true to self. Don't trip off of numbers and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? We all are dealt a different hand of cards, man, and some hands gonna be better than others. You play the hand you dealt. If 50 is what you got, or if 100, if 2,500, 25,000, if those are the cards that you dealt, those are the ones you play.
Right.
You're doing this because you enjoy it. So as long as you're doing it because you enjoy it, numbers shouldn't mean anything to anybody anyway.
And that's another thing. I'll second that too. Like numbers have never the only number that I wanted in the first year, as anybody that's been following me for a while knows, the number I just had in my head was 1,000 in the first year, just to let me, and that was just a mental number for me to know that I'm spending my time doing something that I need to be doing.
Right.
That was just for me personally. That number for you might be 250. It might be 5,000. I don't know. But for me, just knowing my person and being confident in myself, I was like, if I should be able to touch 1,000 people in a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just me, and thankfully, you know, I've been really blessed to be around a lot of good people, a really good cast, man, and it's been really good. So I'll be coming up on a year here next month, and I ain't got no complaints at all. I've learned a lot
Hey,
more than
man,
I
that's
thought I
amazing.
would. Yeah,
That's amazing, man. When you think about it, it may seem like an eternity, but it's not, man.
right.
That and that's a good the numbers that you have right now, man, with just that with that content and that amount of time, man, is that's amazing. You're doing something right. So
And I look at that too, Cowboy, because I'm like speaking back on that comment that was made on the video, and it's like I get it because it doesn't happen that often. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on? So it's like, but at
mm-hmm.
the same time, people, and that's another thing. People are gonna thought you can't force somebody to do something they don't want to do. So just be
No.
yourself, put out good content. The people are gonna be there that want to be there, and you
And
should
what they
want.
got to understand too that this ain't a game you can cheat in. You can't pad your numbers. So when they look at the numbers, it ain't because you can't pad your numbers. That don't happen.
Right. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was looking at that and I was like, I understand, man. It doesn't happen that often. That's why when I was telling Lee when he passed 10,000, I was like, that's huge because if you
Man.
really look at it, 99.9% of channels will never touch that number.
Right.
There's a lot of really respectable channels that don't have but 4,000 or 5,000, 6,000. And you think we look at it like that's a big channel. in the cigar community, but in actuality, 6,000 on YouTube is not. That's still and that's why I tell people, I'm like, my channel's still small, man. I know I
Right.
watch a lot of YouTube sneaker reviews and stuff, food reviews. These people got 500,000, 700,000. They
Yeah,
pulling in
man.
100,000 video views a video. Like, channel's not big, man.
Well, you know, we're in a lane of our own, man. So
Right.
that's the thing. This is a niche for sure.
Yep.
So we're in our own lane, man. We got our own, like I said before, man. We all speak in a language that we understand as cigar smokers and cigar reviewers. And I like that, man. You know what I mean? It
I do
ain't
too. I know
for
you always
everyone.
say you like the exclusivity. Like, you like
Yeah,
how that, yeah.
yeah. I like that.
My call asks, what do you think the best humidity level is for a cigar when smoking? This summer, heat and humidity seem to make the cigar burn less even and a little bitter. My call almost sounds, if it's burning bitter, if it's burning a little bad and bitter, you probably are. I don't know where you're setting it at, but it sounds like you're a little too high.
Too high.
I personally keep mine between 62 and 64. For some people, that's too low. I like mine around that. And I don't know what Cowboy likes to store his at.
Well, mine's, man, is at both of my big humidors right now. The safe. I just looked at it a little while ago. It's at 64.
Yep.
The big Tupperware stays at 67, 68.
And that's
And
why I
I'm
said I know
dealing with.
preachers around
I,
68.
I used to play with my humidors and stuff myself with the still water and all that. I was pretty good at, but you really got to be diligent when you're doing that. But see, Bovita has just changed the game, man.
Yes, sir.
So in that 200 count humidor that I have, I've got four the mid size Bovita packs in there, and it does the job. And in my Tupperware, I got the big I think it was a 320 grams.
The big old pack, yeah.
And they 69s.
Right.
So and they're jumping anywhere between 64 and 68, and I'm good with that. You also got to be careful when you pull those cigars out of that humidor, man. It depends on how soon you smoking it. You know how you transporting that thing before you smoke it. Are you sticking it in a case that's humidified, or you putting it in your pocket? You know what I mean? Or sitting it in the car and riding with it for a while. So it's gonna gain some humidity, man, if you don't keep it packaged the right way.
And that's why, and if you got your cigar sitting at 64, 65, then you go out in the heat where it's 100% humidity.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna burn right.
No, it's
I
not.
mean, you just got to know in your head, I'm smoking it out here, but if you think that you're not gonna have to do any touch-ups or anything, it's just not realistic. Like, unless you inside in a controlled environment, you get outside and walking around and doing something, it's the nature of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody isn't for everybody. People got to stop trying to make people who they want them to be and just stick to who floats your boat. I could not have said that any better myself.
There you go.
Could not have said it any better. Cowboy, just subscribe to your channel. You seem like a real one. I'm gonna rock with you, brother. Very good dude, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the love, man.
Very, very good dude.
E-Hunt, appreciate the love, man. No bells and whistles with me, bro. What you see is what you get. And they say with me, I'm straight down the middle. If you don't start no SH, it won't be no IT with me.
And that's why I say, whenever we get off here, y'all start checking out his videos. This is him, man. This is definitely what you get. So, say my car, I'm in South Louisiana, and I go 62 to 65. We'll still dry box them a little bit. Yeah, that's another good thing too. The dry boxing is another good option that people can do. Man, I got the next couple of days off. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
Latanya. Hey, Latanya, my neighbor ain't been out tonight.
Man,
I'm surprised he ain't came out here and started up a damn weed eater or something.
I was gonna say, it's all right. One day you're gonna be out there recording. You're gonna be talking on the camera. You're gonna look in the camera and see it's just a face behind your head looking around.
Hey man, everything I do, he gonna do. I bought some chairs for the deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be damn, a week later he went and got the same chairs.
Got the same chairs?
The same damn chairs. I bought put some tiki torches back here. I had a couple of boys over. We sitting on the back deck. The next day he had tiki torches. Just, I mean, everything, you know. He finally went and got him a blower for, you know, because he was sweeping his grass all the time. You know what I mean? And I'd go over there and I kind of blow his yard out as well. The next thing I know, he's got a blower. So everything I do, he does. If I come outside with shades on to cut the grass, he gonna put shades on to cut the grass.
As
Funny,
my dad used to tell me a lot when I was a kid. He said, "Son, you just have to realize what you are. Everybody can't be an alpha. There are some betas in this world." He said, "Everybody
right.
can't be leaders. There's followers. It's just what it is." What's the purpose of dry boxing the stick? It's just like, so G3, like he was saying, or like so let's say I want to there's a particular cigar I want to review tomorrow. Well, I pull it out of the humidor and it's 69 or 70, which to some people that's fine. For me, I'm gonna be like, I get a plain cigar box that's just had ambient air, and I put the cigar in that box. Well, that cedar wood is gonna pull, that wood draws moisture from that cigar. Now, some people could dry box for an hour, half a day, a couple days. It's all preference on how long you want to do it. Right. But the dry boxing is to dry the cigar out a little bit to improve your burn and improve your draw. Because here's the thing I mentioned before. If you have a backyard and you're raking up leaves and you try to set those leaves on fire, but it just rained, it's gonna be really hard to get those leaves to catch on fire.
Right.
But when those leaves are really nice and dry, it's very easy to light that. The same thing. The more moist your cigar is, the like you said, those bitter notes and that burn's gonna be off. It gets mushy on you, hot, just not good.
Latanya, invite him over for us. Latanya, I'm afraid I'll never get rid of him. I like to keep him on the other side of the fence.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell y'all, I need to try the microwave method for cigars that are too humid. I have to look that up. Most of the time, for me personally, very rarely. I've only had to even dry box one cigar really in the past 6 months, 7 months. It was really because I was almost being impatient and I wanted to smoke the cigar that fast. I really could have just let it sit, but most of the time, my cigars, they don't need anything. Like when they come out, they ready.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody said record. I probably will record too tomorrow, Andre.
Yeah, I'm just real patient with my cigars, man. When I get them, like even my provider club that just came in a few days ago. Hell, right. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. I'll sit it in the house and just let it get acclimated to the temperature of the house
right
before I even put it in the humidor. Same thing with my Black Lion stuff, you know. So some stuff I get, some people might be like, damn, he's just not smoking that. Well, I'm very patient with my cigars, man. I got too many of them. You know, I'll smoke one right off the truck for the first time. I mean, I did that with those AJ Fernandez Cameroons that I got, just because who I ordered them from, which was from Atlantic, just the way they package. Mm-hmm. And the cigar did well last night, and I just got them yesterday. You know, I ended up told you I ran across a deal, man, on the box of them. They was 50% off. I had to call them and ask them, like, is something wrong? You know what I mean? These cigars 50% off, so I had to get the box.
Yeah, that's why I told you at that price. Like, yeah, anybody telling you not to buy is crazy. Like, you got to buy that.
Right.
Actually, I dry boxed an entire day before a review because of Alabama weather.
Yeah.
Is dry boxing the same as the kids are doing? I think they call it hot boxing. Hot boxing is referred to if I get this cigar and I'm just drawing on it, not really giving the chance to cool down. That's hot boxing. That's keeping that cherry hot, and that's gonna create bitter, nasty flavors too if you hot box.
Easy to hot box a cigar that don't have a good draw to it.
Mm-hmm. It was real loose.
Yeah.
See, cut the cap, microwave, or little bug. Cut the cap, microwave for 10 seconds and blow the steam out. Microwave again for 10 more seconds and blow the steam out again. Let it sit for about 30 minutes, cool off. E-Hunt, you haven't had any problems with flavors being off or anything doing it?
Yeah, I've never done that before. I haven't had any problems trying to dry box anything in a very long time anyway, though.
That's why I said I don't even have a box to dry box. Like, I just have to pull an empty one from somewhere, but that's why I said I don't even really dry box that much. But, let's see. Oh, Cowboy, we had one hater in here too, man.
Well, you always got one. It's probably the same one.
Hey, it's either that or probably the guy that made that comment on the video.
I noticed that on a few of your videos, like in the last couple of weeks, and I meant to say something to you about it. You know, you'll have 50 thumbs up, and it'll be that one thumbs down. The next video, that one thumbs down. I said to myself, that's the same cocksucker, man.
Yep, it's either the same person, which is whack because you don't like something that much. You still, well, I still appreciate it because you're still giving me a view. And what they don't realize is when you are doing the thumbs down, YouTube still counts it as interaction with the channel.
Right.
So that's still great. Or it's either a bot. Somebody purchased a bot because Lee Mac will have that. Like, I'm like, how you thumbs down at something before you even see it? You don't even know what's going on. So it probably might be a bot that somebody bought or something like that. Or like, but it's not very consistent. Like I'll have in the last 10 videos, I might have 3 or 4 videos that have a thumbs down. So that's why I'm like, it's probably a person.
Hey man, when you look at it like that, if you've got 75 people giving you a thumbs up and one giving you a thumbs down, that's a percentage you can't even count.
I'll take it every time.
Yeah, every time, man.
I'll take it. Because people don't realize me, or if I don't like something, I don't do anything. I don't watch it, or if it's a video I see and I don't like it, I don't do anything. I don't hit a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
I look at it like this, man. You know, cigars is cigars, and reviewing is reviewing. It just depends on the individual, depends on the person. It's like music. It's all about what music you like. You know.
I saw you playing that tip in the background too the other day too. I said,
oh
man.
yeah,
I said that's my dog there. I said, yeah, we like that, man.
You know, you like what you like, man. So it's just that simple, man. I don't even know the last time I gave anybody a thumbs down on anything, man. I just, you know, I just move on. It's just that simple. I just don't watch it no more. That's my thumbs down.
Right. Just don't give it no energy.
No energy.
I always want, Alphonse. It's probably like Cowboys. It's probably the same motherfucker doing this shit.
It's the same one, man.
Jeremy Golden, what is going on, brother? Bacon Spice in the building, man. I ain't seen my brother John that came up, or he. I ain't seen him in a few months. The guy that came up with Bacon Spice. I don't know if he's still watching, just not really commenting as much, but he's the one that came up with it. I think in one video I was talking about baking spices, and I guess how I was talking, he thought I was saying bacon. And he was like, bacon spice, question mark. Like, what the hell is bacon spice?
Yeah.
So we just ran with it.
Hey, Alex, I'm smoking the Juarez, man, the Jack Brown by Crown Heads, the 5x56. Normally it's the shots 2 for me by Crown Heads, but I wanted to try this out to see if they would be consistent with one another. And I would have to say, not bad, but I still like that shots double X better.
There's for some reason in that blend, that size is perfect.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's it is a tad bit better, but when I can't get my hands on that one, I don't have a problem with this one. I like that Juarez. That's probably my best cigar. I'm getting ready to do the La Kareem here soon. But
man,
so far,
I can't wait to hear what you say about that
cigar so far.
And then the Juarez is coming out, or it has a Chihuahua, which is a 5.5 by 48.
Oh yeah,
that should be good too. I haven't smoked it yet, but that's the newest size.
I didn't know that.
Alfonso Facts, he said you ain't popping if you ain't got no haters. I liked it.
Right.
Alex, are you reviewing the Ratzilla or are you just smoking it? Is there a time frame that cigars can be stored properly before they lose their flavor? My call is gonna really particularly depend on the blend. Some cigars age we're not even gonna use Cubans for example, but like for me, I think Aganorsa tobacco ages very well. Now I know a lot of people speaking on this Supreme Leaf. I thought it was very good right now. I'm smoking them now more, and I think it's their age and they're getting better. But some people didn't care for them right off the bat. But I think like looking at Warped, Illusion, there's a few other things Aganorsa makes. I feel like they're 7, 8, 9-year-old cigars. And they still smoke well. And then you look at something like maybe a Drew Estate, something from the Liga 9. I feel like when you probably get outside that 2-year range, somewhere in there, like they start to lose a lot of their flavor, man.
That's funny because that's correct. It depends on the cigar, man. You just have to play. I last night, while I was with the Whiskey Squad, I pulled out a cigar that I have in my box, man. I hate they quit making it. This brother, actually, he's from Memphis. I'm gonna have to give you his name, man. This dude's blending his cigars, but this cigar has been in one of my humidors.
You talking about Belief cigars?
No, it's called Adon and Eva.
Okay.
The name of the cigar they used to sell it was Eden Cigars. I think used to sell those. But that cigar, I pulled it out. I got 3 left. I pulled one of them out last night. It's been in my humidor for 8 years.
Smoking
8
lovely.
years. And I smoked it last night. I took a picture of it and put it on IG, man. And
I'm gonna have to check it out.
when I tell you it was a banger, look at it and look at that label and look it up. It was
Okay.
a Dominican blend, but one hell of a cigar. And the reason why I held on to those cigars because we found out that he was going to stop doing cigars because he was in the advertisement and he had this big deal going where he was wrapping commercial vehicles, buses and cabs and things of that nature, man. So that really took his time. So he let the cigar line go. It was one of the best cigars that I had ever had my hands on at the time, man. So I've been holding on to a few of them. 8 years later, and the
Still
damn
smoking.
thing, oh my God. It was
That shout out to the hoodie guy in the building too, man. Probably number one fan, Sean in the building.
Right on.
Another thing too, Cowboy, that Alt 10 that I sent you,
Yeah.
that got some age on it too.
Does it?
It's probably about 3 or 4 years old.
Okay. Hi Desert Man, how you doing, bro?
Barista Vic, what's going on, man? Another cigar reviewer that I like a lot too, man. He's just the same. He's just the same person on every video.
Right.
Alfonso, man, happy early birthday, man. Any suggestions on a celebratory smoke? What do you normally like to smoke? Malcolm, what's going on, fam? Alex said, "Wrong, real. That's funny. Me and my wife be talking her St. Louis slang and my Southern slang be funny as hell." Yeah, man.
Yeah, y'all battling for position.
I didn't even know I went and we did. Well, you were on there too. That live stream that we did with a lady and her cigar.
Yeah.
We still gonna have to get her on her one day too. She was the first thing she said when she came up. She said, "I love your accent." I said, "Hell, half the people say I ain't got no accent." She was like, "No, you definitely do." And James messes with me half the time about certain words I say and stuff too. I was like, "Man, shit."
Yeah, man. I gotta get with the High Desert Man to get me one of them.
Smoke chest
boxes, man. I gotta get one of them.
It'd be perfect outside too. I'm gonna have to get me a smoke chest as well.
Yeah.
Vic would never heard what happened to that fire you had a few weeks back. Cowboy, sorry if this has been asked. What prompted you to start doing reviews?
Man, listen, this channel, believe it or not, if anybody was look up Kowboyism and go back to see how long that channel was actually been up, it was been up almost 10 years. And I started doing some stuff 10 years ago, and it was kind of like I was doing a couple of cigars, but it was a lot of music, playlists and stuff like that. But COVID-19 started me. Just because, man, I got bored and wasn't able to go out to the lounge anymore, and a few buddies that I sit around with, man, they've been on me about, man, you need to go ahead on and start a channel. But what I hesitated to do was my cigar club, the Distinguished Gentleman Cigar Club, man, we were set to do a podcast, 5 of us, and it got slowed down because of COVID-19. All of us never got together to do it, man, and then I got bored, and I said, you know what? First, I felt kind of bad about doing it because I felt like I would have been stepping on the toes of the group, but there's 2 different things, the podcast versus my YouTube channel. One had nothing to do with the other.
Right.
And I started watching Lee Mack and Ron Real and watching a lot of reviews, and a buddy of mine said, man, you need to get on there and talk to these folks. You're talking to us. You need to talk to everybody. So one night, man, I just came home and said, the hell with it. I'm going to go ahead and get out here and start my channel. So I had a little introduction. My first time getting on there doing it, I screwed up the video, but I played it anyway. But yeah, man, doing it for fun, man, doing it for the love of the game, bro. And the community, man, that I was about to be involved in is what I wanted, man. It's all about family with me.
Let's say Alex said he started because of COVID-19 too. Did Alfonso ever? Oh, he hadn't replied back yet. Yeah, that's why I say that's when I saw a lot of newer channels popping up too around when COVID was starting. You could tell more people were sitting at home and just kind of like, all right, man, fuck it, I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah, man, because I began all I was spending my money on now is whiskey and cigars, man. I got too much of both.
Man, my whiskey collection is a shadow of it what it used to be. I used to have probably over 400 or 500 bottles at the house, man.
Wow.
But
Yeah, that's doing it. That's doing it.
yeah, I did, and then like I said, I got on a real big fitness kick a couple years ago and stopped drinking completely. And then the reason why I started back drinking was because of the channel. I
Right,
said,
right.
man, I want to do pairing videos, so I started. I still don't drink nowhere near what I used to, but I wanted to give a different aspect of pairing videos too, because like I was saying, Puro Maduro was a very good channel for cigars and pairings, and I feel like that little aspect of it was kind of missing. And I was like, oh, I'll probably come in and feel it. Wouldn't be as good as him, but I'll be able to kind of put in my own little twist to it.
Right, right. And then of course, you know, for I don't know how long I've been watching my man in Miami, Stogie TV.
Oh, TK, yeah.
TK been out there a very long time, and how I ran into TK was I used to be I say used to be, I still am, I guess. Don Kiki cigars, man. I used to order a lot from Cuban crafters, and he began to talk about blending with Don Kiki some years back.
Right.
And I think maybe the cigars that he has that are his own now, maybe that's who he was dealing with when he blended them. But so I started watching him all the time, man, because you know he'd take you on a road trip. You know, that's what
I liked his, and then he wasn't really, he wasn't I liked him too because he was different, because he really wasn't doing cigar reviews. It was more education, or just showing you the lifestyle of how it is down in Florida. And that's what I was trying to tell Patrice from A Lady and Her Cigar. Maybe reviews aren't your thing, but you could show us like a lifestyle of how it is with the lady and her cigar, and just bring your own little twist to it. And I think that would be a really good approach to it.
Yeah. Like I told her, she's got a niche, man. It's sad to say, but women get a bad rap in this game. But it takes the people in this community right here that's on this feed right now to support an individual like that. That's what we do. We support people like that. And she's just taking you on a different journey, man. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. I think she's got some good content.
Yeah, she's obviously comfortable on camera, you know, which is
Right.
the main thing. But my thing, like I was telling her on that IG stream, I said it's really unfortunate because she could post a picture of a cigar. She could post a picture of a Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust unicorn, $100 cigar, and get 50 likes. Somebody that's in a bikini will get 5,000 likes because they have naked. It's like, come on, y'all, damn.
That's how it is. That's just how it is. You know. Hey, that's how it is.
Right, and it's at the same time, like I said on there, I was like, I'm not denying I don't like to look at beautiful women and stuff too, but at the same time, what's really attractive to me from a female cigar smoker is somebody with a personality and somebody that knows what they're talking about and is confident in themselves too. That's also something I'm gonna tune into and listen to. There's also another channel, I don't know if you've checked out neither Cowboy. Her name is Cigar Chica. And she was doing reviews, but then the laws changed where you had to had to be 21 to smoke.
Right.
So she just turned 21 a couple of days ago, and she's going to start doing reviews again too. I like her approach. She's very comfortable with what she does, and she brings something different too. And that's what I was telling you, and I was telling Ashhead. I like what I'm seeing. Vic, he's tried some. Even Vic's reviewing the Tricky Truck. I think that's a good cigar too. Now, speaking of Vic, I like Vic because he's willing to jump outside the box too. I remember one time he had the camera on his hat, and he was doing a first person. And that's what I'm like. As a whole, I like where we're going, that people are thinking outside the box and trying to be different, as opposed to, like I said, just sitting in front of the camera talking about a cigar. Like, liven it up a little bit, man. And that's why I said, for me, when I look at content creators, make me want to subscribe and stay engaged with what you got going on.
Exactly.
I could read about all these cigars and stuff, man. I don't want to watch a dud in front of the camera, And that's why
it's not hard for me to read people at all, man, but I look for the genuineness in people, man. You know what I mean? You know when someone's genuine, man, when they're on some bullshit,
Right. And that's why it's another big pet peeve of mine with these long ass videos, man. I'm like, you already not that entertaining or not that interesting. Now you want to bury me through a 40-minute, like, nah, man, shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch that.
Right. I had to get conscious about cutting my videos, trying to stay within a 15-minute time frame, fit somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes, you know what I mean? But it's all about the person, man.
Right. And people might disagree with me.
Look at you for an hour, man, but at the same time, I got to be conscious about people's time. You know what I mean? Who really got that much time to sit there?
Because it's valuable. The time is valuable.
Right, right.
And so that's the way I look at it. Like now it's different because it's on a live stream with us and we're able to engage and actually talk like we're together. So that's different.
Exactly.
Man, I'm not gonna make no 30 or 40-minute review because sometimes I watch reviews, I'm like, and they might be 15 minutes long, and in my mind I'm like, I'm looking at them like, that's too long.
Yeah, I love it when you do the lives, man, because you can see it allows everybody to engage, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
Mystical said, long is good when interesting. And so that's the kind of the thing I disagree with people. Like I said, people ask me all the time, what else do you do in your spare time? I don't really do too much all the time, but you know, and or shout out to Matt Newman too. That's my dog too, man. He's a longtime supporter of the channel too. And I remember one time it was during a Cigar Madness video. It was about a 17 or 18-minute long video. And he commented, he said, man, it's too long. And I had to tell him, I was like, man, this really wasn't that long of a video for 2 cigars.
Yeah, no, it was.
It's an 8-minute video per cigar. That's about what I normally do.
And you know, it probably took you 2 or 3 hours to make that short of a video.
Right. But once we talked, and he's like, oh, we got back on the same page and stuff, but it was just kind of like, man, trust me, if it's anybody conscious of time, it's me, because everybody always knows my biggest pet peeve is I hate watching video reviews where there's just a lot of dead space and just not very engaging. It's just like, you could just tell. It's like, man, when you edit and cut that shit out, man, like make it move faster. That way it'll be more engaging for people.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't, man. I feel you on that, man.
See, and that, yeah, exactly. And see, it's different because Vic is probably doing more things around the house. Like when I'm sitting out in the sunroom smoking a cigar, I'm actually really paying attention to the video. So if it's really too long, then that bothers me. That's why I tell a lot of the channels that started after me, if you want to find a good example of just a really good, clean, blue-collar cigar review that's really well executed and very well done, Gerald at Cigar Artistry is a master. I feel like he does the best reviews of anything 10 minutes and under. He's very consistent. He knows he's very comfortable with the person he is, and he puts out a very, very good, consistent product every time.
I agree.
It's and a lot of times I'll be like, damn, it'll be like a 6 or 7 minute long video, but that's long enough.
Right.
And like Lee Mack says, it's better to have them wanting more than to be on there too damn long,
And when you do that editing part of it, that's not, that's definitely not me. My editing is just enough. Like I say, I ain't trying to throw too many bells and whistles out there because it takes time to do that. But
right,
he's pretty good at how he's able to cut that up and chop that up and actually take an hour-long video and turn it into 6 to 10 minutes, man. It's beautiful.
That's why I say I got a lot of respect and that's I've told a lot of people that. And shout out to Ashhead TV too. We talked about that in the past, and like I told him too, I told him I was really proud of him because the last 5 or 6 videos he's done, I was like, man, those videos are stronger to me because they're shorter and you're packing more information in a shorter video. It's more entertaining, it's more engaging for me. Whereas like you doing a 20 or 25-minute video and probably like minute 8 or 9, I'm just kind of sitting there like,
Right.
All right. So, that's why I say I got so much respect for him because I told him something. He didn't get mad at me. He didn't take offense to it. He went back to the drawing board, whipped up another recipe and came with it.
Right. And it's working.
I looked at him. I said, you got something now. Like that's work with it. Said, do the next 10 or 15 videos like that and see what you think. And I guarantee your engagement and your views are up more because when you're until you have your base built up, you're trying to grow your channel, you're trying to get people to come to it. You got 30 seconds to really get a person to where they're like, all right, I'll kind of sit around for a minute and see what they're talking about. After that 30 seconds, you probably got 2 or 3 minutes. If you ain't really hitting on shit,
they gone.
They gone, man. And most of the time they gone for good. Unless somebody credible comes back and references them, then they might give you another shot. But 9 times out of 10, once they gone, they gone.
Yeah, then when you start giving people stuff, man, and they've been watching you, they gonna watch you no matter how long it is because they know what they're gonna get from that particular individual, man.
Right.
You just certain people like certain shows. It's just that simple.
Even like now, we've been up 2 hours. I just looked, we've been up 2 hours, and like I said, we still got enough, quite a few people here. Like I tell you guys all the time, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Like I said, like we were just talking about, time is very valuable to it, and I don't take anybody's time for granted. So I'm really appreciative that all you guys want to or give a damn what me and Cowboy got going on, especially on Sunday. A lot of you got to work tomorrow, so I know a lot of y'all will catch the playback too. So
yeah, man, I appreciate you for pulling me in, man. It worked out well. I'm glad you hit me up when you did.
yeah, definitely, man. So like I said, I'm gonna finish up this beer, man. Well, you Central Standard Time with me too, so I'm gonna probably hang around watching a little TV for a little bit, man, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah, 5 o'clock come early, man. I'm gonna have me another shot of this old this Dunkin' Taylor scotch and watch the rest of the basketball game as much of it as I can.
Well, hey, I think you'll be all right as long as you stay off that Mississippi mouthwash.
Yeah, we won't mess with that till that's done until maybe the weekend.
Yeah.
We baptized a couple brothers in the mouthwash last night, So and Buzz give me that. But yeah, man, that Mississippi mouthwash. But you know what? If I want to go to sleep right away, all I gotta do is
hit about an ounce of that, you're gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm sleeping like a baby then, bro.
But man, yeah, we definitely Ash here back here. Like I said, yeah, we're going in the right direction for sure. And then like I said, I say this stuff too because I'm still learning, I'm still growing, still a lot of stuff I gotta improve on too. And
you gonna be all right, man.
Your
journey has just begun, brother. You just went from 0 to 60 pretty goddamn quick.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm like I said, for me, I have a really close uncle that always used to tell me, when you're climbing the ladder, you keep one hand up to keep climbing up and keep one down to make sure you're bringing good people up with you too. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Watch, like I told him, man. Train coming. Watch this train smoke. You know
it's
what
coming,
I mean?
Man.
The train is coming. I advise you to get you a caboose or get you a car or something and get on the train and ride, baby. Ryan Real is in it. He's up in the head, and the rest of us got a car coming right along behind him. You know what I mean? We're going to keep on having fun with this, man. This is lovely.
Hey, like I said, I love the Army, man. Vic, shout out to you too. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know if you want to mention anything yet or not, but maybe you could type in the comment and say if you mind or not. But yeah, I appreciate all the Army members, man. It's still crazy to me, man. Like I said, I'm still a kid from Memphis, man, that just decided one day to put what I do on my off days on camera. So it's still crazy to me that this many people care what I got going on, and we have been able to connect with people like Cowboy, Ash Head, Cigar Head, Fred, Alex, the cigar man. Like I've been able to connect with some really good people, man. Let me put his link back in there too, Mike. So yeah, like I said, and again, man, I just checked some of the numbers. I just looked at Cowboy's numbers, man. If y'all aren't already subscribed to Cowboy, make sure y'all sub up to his channel, man. I'm telling y'all, I've just seen a few more people added in too. Make sure y'all sub up to Cowboy's channel, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the love, man. Not what I was expecting, man. But hey, I'm here. I'm gonna try to do the best. It's tough sometimes, man. I say my goal is to try to put out at least two videos a week, man. Sometimes that ain't always feasible to do. You know what I mean? But I'm here, man.
Like I said, I'm a big fan, man, and I think I say that too because it gets to a point sometimes if you haven't put out something in a while, I kind of go to your channel and look and make sure I ain't missing nothing.
Yeah, like I said, you have to be careful, man, because sometimes you can give too much.
Right.
So there has to be a balance. You know what I mean? You can actually give too much. Like I got enough cigars. I can come on every day for the next 6 months, but that ain't gonna happen.
Right.
You know.
Mike just subbed up to you, man. I appreciate that, Mike.
Appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate you, bro.
But yeah, man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. We're gonna let Cowboy rest and relax so he can work tomorrow. Y'all know I ain't no telling when you might see me, man. I think everybody got accustomed to see me coming on in the morning and stuff. I took me a little bit of a break, like you said. Like he just said, you need balance, man. So with that being said, man, y'all already know the name of the game is relaxation and enjoyment. Don't forget to be driven, never motivated, baby. We're gonna catch y'all in this next one. Cowboy, you be good, player.
Peace out. Love y'all, man. Stay peaceful. Stay true to self. I'm out of here.
Y'all be good.